a three-way slide, an elephant butt slide, and a quit school poster. These are the 10 worst design fails ever, part 2. Number 10, three-way slide. Is this a pack of bananas or a slide? To everyone's surprise, this is a slide. At first glance, the slide looks like a fun way to share, but it's quite the opposite. See, the problem with this slide's design is very obvious. If your legs are spread while you slide and you slide too far to the left or right, well, let's just say, ouch! Especially if there are a few of you trying to ride down the slide. Say goodbye to your fun day out with friends and hello to the hospital. I think it's safe to say that we can all agree on this design to never be used in the playground again. What is it with slides and horrible designs? There's so many that are atrocious. I think we need people to watch slide makers and keep them from making stuff like this. Number 9, elephant butt slide. The next horrible design on our list is, you guessed it, another slide. This slide is more than just a big design failure, it's a gross one too. This tube slide is built like an elephant, with stairs at the mouth to go inside of the big animal. If traveling through an elephant wasn't weird enough, just look at where the slide comes out. That's right, the slide continues out of the elephant's stomach and through the butthole. That's so disgusting. Does that mean whoever rides the slide is basically elephant poop? I think that's the last thing anyone wants to become. What makes this even more of a design failure is that it's not even the right color, it's bright red. You would think that if they were going to make such a gross idea, they'd at least get the color right. Nothing stops bad designers from doing just that, designing things horribly. Number 8, quit school poster. This next design fail was a huge problem for parents everywhere. Why? Because it's encouraging kids to drop out of school. I think I understand why parents were mad. When this school bus decided to put up an anti-smoking ad in the back to tell kids that smoking is bad, and that if they're doing it, they should quit. The ad says, take action, take control, quit. Pretty good message, right? The problem is the word quit ended up right next to the word school sign on the school bus, so it looks like it's telling kids to quit school. The ad states, smoking not our future, but at the bottom in smaller print, and no one's looking at it anyways. The words quit school are far too big. Word to the kids watching this, don't quit school. It's important to get an education, even if your own school bus says that you should. Bet it was hard to explain that to parents. If you think these were horrible, things are about to get worse. Keep watching to see what's next. Number 7, missing commas. We've all been there. Sometimes we sit at school and think, when am I ever going to use this in real life? This list item is exactly why you should not think that. Commas are a very important piece of the English language. Commas are used to separate parts of a sentence to keep them from combining into one thing like, well, this. Looks like this poster designer forgot to use commas, and as a result, we got this. Want to use this toilet? Well, unless you're an elderly child who's also disabled and pregnant, you can't. Obviously, a child can't also be elderly and shouldn't be pregnant. This is exactly why this poster is a huge fail. Unless they change this design and hire a better designer, nobody's going to be able to use this toilet, and I really had to go too. I think this should be the perfect reason to pay attention in school. And always remember commas. Don't want to become disabled, elderly, and pregnant, do you? Number 6, babies for dinner? We're not even sure how this absolute disaster of a design came to be. With how serious people take their weddings, you'd think they'd catch a fail as big as this one. The good thing about weddings is the great food they serve. The wedding cake, fancy dinner, and not to mention the kids? That's right, we're not sure what went wrong when this couple designed their menu, but it looks like they're serving chicken, beef, and everyone's favorite meat, kids. Not. What's weird about this fail is that it seems like such a hard fail to not catch beforehand. So we hope it's a fail, but what if they meant to put that there? Oh man, we don't even want to think about that. You know what, let's just forget about it and hope that this is just one big fail. I hope no one at the wedding asks for children parmesan with a side of kids. Kids are supposed to play and have fun, not be dinner for the bride and groom-to-be. Number 5, eat Jessica's family. As if serving kids for your wedding dinner wasn't gross enough, just wait until you see this next list item. It's even worse. I'm gonna be sick. Okay, bad sign placements. How you fail us so. Just like the school bus, this sign placement looks like it's saying something horrible. Yep, you're reading that right. This horribly misplaced batch of signs reads, eat Jessica's family. No, poor Jessica. I can't believe someone has enough room in their stomach for her whole family. On a more serious note, isn't there someone in the city council who can make sure stuff like this doesn't happen? Jessicas everywhere must be living in fear of their families being eaten. You never know who could possibly take that sign seriously. If anyone does take it seriously, let's hope that Jessica has a really big family, so whoever tries to follow the instruction of this sign will get super full and stop eating. Oh man, we're superheroes to save Jessicas everywhere when we need them. Number 4, safe slides. Don't get us wrong, safety while having fun is important. But can you have fun if the safety is keeping you from having fun in the first place? The designer of this slide seems to think so. The sign says, "Help us keep fun safe," but it's covering the slide. How are we supposed to have any fun, safe or not, when we can't even get on the slide? Look at that poor girl. She has no idea how to get on the slide and is super disappointed. Let's hope they don't start putting the sign on more slides, or else we'll never be able to go down slides again, and no one wants that. Kids can't have fun if a sign stops them from doing it. If I was trying to go down that slide, I would probably try to break through it. And if I couldn't break through, I would most definitely cry. Starting now, things get even worse. Keep watching until the end. Number 3, inappropriate Spider-Man balloon. This design failure makes us look at the fan favorite character of Spider-Man in a whole new light. We think Spider-Man's suit got a little too tight. There seems to be a recurring fail with the character balloons these days, and we can't help but wonder how in the world it keeps happening. It seems as if the designers of the Spider-Man balloon made a bit of an oversight when deciding where to put the nozzle for blowing up the decoration. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to put their mouth there. Sorry, Spider-Man. It's difficult to understand why the nozzle got placed where it is. It could have gone anywhere else, and they decided to put it in between his legs. Did they really not know how badly they failed when making this? Makes us wonder if they did it on purpose, because this is one of the worst balloon fails we've ever seen. On purpose or not, this design failure makes everyone feel gross. I won't be blowing this up anytime soon. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can, except maybe find a looser suit. You got a lot showing right now, Spidey. Nobody wants to see that, so cover it up. Number 2, phallic water bottles. I don't even think if we were in the desert dying of thirst, we would drink out of the next item on our list. It's just a bit too much for our taste. The designers of this bottle were tasked to make water bottles for little girls, and what did they make them look like? Yeah, gross. We understand the idea behind these water bottle designs, but the execution is just downright atrocious. We don't have to spell out what these look like for you to understand why these designs are totally inappropriate. I mean, what's up with this little tip at the top? Somebody needs to get these phallic designs off the shelf before parents everywhere lose their minds in protest. No one wants to put their mouth on these water bottles. Would you buy this for your kid? I hope not. These water bottles should have been made for a more adult demographic, not children. Number 1, duck butt slide. If you thought the elephant slide from earlier was bad, this final design will make you wish to never go to a park again. Yet again, we're traveling through someone. Oh boy. First an elephant, now a duck. Playground designers just love for people to have to go through animals to get to the slide. Can we just design normal looking slides? What's so hard about that? What makes this one different from the elephant slide is where we're entering and exiting. The designers thought it would be a good idea to have kids enter through the duck's butt and out through, oh my. I don't understand the obsession with using animals and their privates for making playground equipment. The only upside I can find in this horrendous design is the fact that the slide finally matches the color of the animal, but I haven't figured out whether or not that makes it creepier. Enjoyed the video? Now watch this one.